the part one context of this question was asking about my re-virginity journey, which is what I jokingly call the fact that I had sex when I was a teenager, but now have been abstinent for the last 6 years, as I am now waiting for marriage. And you know what? I have always said there's no such thing as TMI here, and I have zero problem being vulnerable about stuff like this on the internet because I think someone needs to hear it. So if that's you, I hope you're here. I hope you're listening to this. And if this doesn't apply to you, then that's totally okay too. I don't put any shame on myself for past choices. I made the choices I did. That's really fine. I think there's no condemnation for those who are in Jesus Christ. That's what my Bible says, so I believe it. And so for me, I had my debut sexual experience when I was 16, almost 17. I wasn't quite walking with the Lord yet. And over the course of the next few years, I would kind of be grappling with temptation and lust and sex and all of those things, as I was also kind of figuring out what it meant to walk with the Lord and coming into faith on my own terms. As a teenager, I didn't grow up going to church. My father is a believer, but it was always kind of like his thing, and he never pushed it onto any of us. So I really came to that conclusion and that journey all on my own, which I think is a really beautiful thing, because I don't have any of those purity culture battle scars that a lot of other girls my age who did grow up in the church have, which I feel really grateful about, as heartbroken as I am for them hearing some of their stories and some of the guilt and shame that they should never have been burdened with in the first place. So for me, my journey, my story, my testimony, I had 3 different situationships in my late teens. I was intimate with all of them. They were one year after the other. And every time after the situationship would fizzle out or something would happen or it would end, I was left feeling confused and like unsettled. There was lots of chaos around it. And I just didn't feel like all of that was worth whatever perks happened with sex. Like it felt like the cost was not worth the benefit, if that makes sense. And it was never like a guilt thing or a shame thing. It was just I actually think that complicates things, and I actually don't think that was worth it. But I kept doing it anyways, because slow to learn, whatever, here we are. And then after my final situationship, I kind of had a come to Jesus moment where I was like, I really think that God has something more for me. I think that this can't be the best it could be, because I wouldn't be leaving feeling this way if this was like something that was good for me. So I kind of recommitted to waiting for marriage, and I've spent the last 6 years doing that. And I really long for marriage. I really long for a family and children, and that's definitely something that has been like a very real desire of my heart for a long time now. But I am committed to wait, and here we are. I don't really know how to end this. I'm also over the 3-minute mark, so oops, whatever. But yeah, I mean, do I miss sex? I mean, I'm a hot-blooded woman in her most fertile years, and I ovulate just like the rest of you. So, I mean, yeah, but do I miss the kind of sex that I was having? Like, do I miss the way that it left me feeling when I was doing it outside of God's design of the covenant of marriage with one person who I could bear my body and soul with, and who would be with me for the rest of my life in sickness and in health? No. Like, I don't miss the knockoff version that I was experiencing. I miss, and I think about the future that I hopefully have, which is what intimacy should be in the context of marriage with someone who I will be with for the rest of my life. So, hope that helps. Okay. Love you. Bye.